Microphone is live.
Yeah.
And after that comes the camera.
Oh my god.
It's all selected. Wow. Oh yeah, how's our relative height?
How's our framing? Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Last week we were
started way down here.
Hello everyone, welcome to Rhymes with...
Boy, I sure do love being on the stream. You Papa Jam Bell. Alright.
Hello everyone. Gosh dang it, welcome to Rhymes with Klei, the weekly, I suppose. Now it's weekly, I don't know. There was a while where it was not. But at least these last 2 weeks have been weekly.
Currently weekly.
Yeah. Stream in which we play some of the games that Klei makes. And we also talk about the games that Klei makes. I am Jamie Jambell. I'm a designer on Rotwood, and next to me is a good friend,
Luca. I'm a sound designer on Rotwood.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this time last week, we were on stream,
Yep.
and we showed off Rotwood for the first time on this stream. And at the end of it, we said, hey, if you'd like to play this, you can now go and play it. So,
What's happened since then?
almost nothing, I suppose.
Yeah.
It's been a really, really fun week for us. I was just reading chat. It's been a really fun week for us. It's been quite surreal. We've been watching forums a lot. We've been reading Discord. We've been reading Twitch. We've been watching YouTube, Steam forums, etc., etc. We have really, 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 truly appreciated everybody's thoughts, whether it's something you like or it's something you don't like. People have been very respectful and kind in letting us know all of those things, which is sometimes rare, especially with the things that you dislike. So
Yeah, I'm still new-ish to. I mean, I guess it's like been 4 years now, but I am just stunned by how just generous and thorough and compassionate and engaged all the feedback has been.
yeah,
I think there's this feeling when you first like put something out to the public in games where it's like, here it comes,
Yeah.
brace for impact kind of, and like it's been really constructive and useful. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, how did we get such cool fans?
I know.
I mean, you must know.
well,
They were here when I got here.
they were here when I got here,
It's
so
just like
we
I don't get
are
it.
grateful to be the recipient of your great feedback, and particularly your great attitude and appreciation for us as human beings. So truly, thank you for everything.
It's been lovely.
It's been lovely, and it makes it very, very easy to continue iterating and fixing things that are frustrating and stuff like that. So yeah, if you've played the game, thank you so much. It truly means everything to us. And if you've been sending feedback with F8 or talking on Discord or talking on YouTube or on Steam or on the PHP
The Klei forums.
yeah,
The way it was done. Yeah.
Yeah.
I went our little corner of the internet. Yeah.
Thank you.
Man, we've been reading all of it too.
Yes.
Like all of it. I feel like
Yes.
you have many jobs in the team, but one of your extra jobs this entire past week has just been
Yeah.
scouring everything.
Yeah.
Just catching the dragnet of like everything people have been saying and passing it along. And so if you have said something, it has entered this man's brain.
Yes.
So
I hope to sleep
at some point.
once the demo goes down.
But it's been awesome.
Yeah. Drackmore says, if you have a good amount of trust for previous games, you will have a crazy amount of feedback on all new projects. Yeah. Ozoned, as long as Klei puts out quality, we'll all respect it. Well, I will. Yeah, well, thank you. We, of course, hope and see respect all the time. So
Yeah, we know that it's earned and we don't treat it lightly.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's been great. Yeah, no, so much useful stuff to take back in. I know there have been...
Yeah, you have a massive thread in the audio channel of like, here
That's
are the
true.
things that I want to fix now.
Yeah, y'all are forcing me to get really organized with keeping track of everything, which is like, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot, but there has been a lot. And so it's all been written down and we're just kind of, it's fun to just like tick through things this week.
That's very satisfying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what, man? I think
Should we hop in?
we could sit and wax poetic about how much we appreciate things for the next 1,000 years, but let's do that while the game's playing.
The people want games.
Our game is called Rotwood. How could you, rattling my bones, how could you nerf the bananas though? Yeah, and you just asked the question, do you have a favorite piece of feedback? About 6 or 7 months ago, Dan Yu, our art lead, came to me and said, we need to fix this banana thing. People are gonna sit and eat 800 bananas to heal. And I said, I don't think that many people will do that.
Yeah, no one on our team ever did that. And the banana was, it was kind of a meme. I don't think I ever took it. I don't think I really understood its true power.
I knew it was powerful, but I didn't expect people to. I legitimately said, if people want to sit and eat 800 bananas,
Sure.
That's totally fine. I don't think that many people will want to do it. We received enough pictures of people writing things in bananas.
If there's one thing we now know, it's that this community loves bananas.
Yeah. Elric or Midloffies says the banana was buffed right. I believe that the banana was actually buffed. It was never intended that you would eat 800 bananas, and I will personally accept responsibility for that. But I think the banana is better than it was before now, and less exploitable. But yeah, that's probably my favorite. All of the things people wrote in bananas.
Yeah, especially there was one note where someone talked about going on a potassium-fueled rampage that I really enjoyed. So sorry to cut you off from that potassium. I know it's hard, but
there should be a banana event. Yeah, we were talking on the team about writing a thank you message in bananas and pushing that on the last day of the thing. Maybe we'll still do it. I don't know.
We'll see.
Pretty big push. What we thought we would do today, we're basically, now that everybody has had a chance to play the game, everybody that wants to play it can play it presently. If you have questions about your experiences with the game, or like why did we nerf the bananas, or any of these kinds of things, we'll answer those, but we're just going to play the game. And last week we showed off the hammer, the spear, and the striker. This week, we figured we'd put old Luca in the ringer here and get him to show off the cannon.
Yeah, so I actually took the liberty of going ahead and getting myself some fancy new... Maybe I should just show my loadout real quick. I made a new cannon. I don't want to go in with the default cannon. I think I put max health gems on it.
Oh, okay.
And then armor-wise, I took this one because I feel like I'm going to be scoring a lot of knockdowns with the cannon. Like, I'm a mortar enjoyer. So I'll probably be relying on that. The cannon's got some knockdown options, and I want to take less damage because I might not have good escapes, and I feel like I'm going to get eaten. So an extra heavy attack damage, always appreciated. So I am going for the kind of like walking turret strategy here.
Are you doing swamp or are you doing forest?
I feel like, I mean, you want me to see me die? We should be doing swamp? Because
you do you.
Nah, let's do swamp.
I was going to say, one of the things I really appreciate you is about that you will say the phrase, I am a mortar enjoyer.
Correct.
I don't think many people would say that phrase, and I think that's good.
I think you should just spend a little more time online. Or maybe you shouldn't, but like, you know.
Oh, yeah, sure.
It's around.
That's good.
So here we are in Blisterbane Bog, which I think I wanted to...
Let's talk about why we're making the choices, I guess.
Okay. Room 1, my strategy with the cannon is probably going to be to take as many focus mortar shots as I can.
Oh,
I feel like I get a lot of knockback and damage out of those. If you fire a mortar with the last 3 shots in the chamber, any of them, it's a lot of damage, it's a lot of knockback. They're also focus hits, obviously.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to go with this one because most of my rooms are going to last longer than 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to lean as much into the mortar as I can.
Interesting. Cool.
That's my thought.
For the cannon, I'm a shotgun boy.
Yeah, I mean,
especially those last 3 shots, getting 6. I can't remember how many bullets it shoots.
I have kind of like maybe I have like a predisposition towards the mortar because I spent a lot of time just kind of trying to tune all the little individual impacts and such. Yeah, so they also have a very large clip range, which is great.
I'm gonna go through some questions here.
Yeah, while I'm
showing off the mortar.
Mosquitoing over here.
Yuto. I hope I said that right. First of all, I had so much fun playing the beta. Thanks for this epic game. You're very welcome, and seriously, thank you for playing it. As a parry addict, I must ask, what are your thoughts about parry and the powers that synergize with it, like retaliation? Yeah, that I forget, Cap0365. Discord for some reason hides most of the names for me, but they posted a video of doing a parry only run with retaliation. Yeah, that's completely intended. You know, if kind of the design of this game is we make a bunch of powers that do when you X, do Y, and then we make a bunch of powers that give you X. And if you find a combination that kind of breaks the game when you do X, you have played the game well. You know, we see a lot of people talking about like, oh, I'm cheesing the game. Even Danny, one of our other sound designers, will often come to me and be like, hey, I found an exploit in our game. If I have, you know, parry and retaliation, for example, I get damage off of it. And I'm like, that's not an exploit. That's you've made a good build, and so steer it. The time we would look to change stuff like that is if it means it's an auto win. If this combination of powers is just the way to play and it means you'll win every single time. Like, for example, the Flora Crane hits you many times in a row. That plus retaliation's a little bit broken, or a lot of bit broken right now.
No, I mean, is it? Because if you're someone that like gets hard stuck on the Flora Crane, I just feel like retaliation means I'm getting myself a free Flora Crane kill.
That's it,
which I appreciate.
Yeah, there's definitely not a hard answer to those questions, and you know,
there's a spawner. We
want to throw problems at you, and then we want to give you fun. And I use that word very carefully.
Oh, I don't want to be here.
We want to give you fun tools to solve those problems. If things are overpowered but still fun, then for me, I'm kind of like, yeah, you're having fun. Go for it. Anyway, this has been a very long answer to that question. I hope that...
It's okay, you didn't miss anything over here.
That is a...
I was pretty much no hit until this room, and then it's all just gone downhill so fast.
Well, that can happen if you're not managing your
I know. That's.
I don't mean I'm not chastising you.
That's the mortar lifestyle. No, I mean, somebody made a comment. Ozone made a comment about 4 years not being new at anywhere by any stretch, and I would agree. I think I just said that because, in terms of like number of games I've been assigned to on here, I still feel like young in that way. Yeah. I haven't really been on stream until last week, and also the pandemic just kind of melted time together for a while, so it still feels new.
Oh, you gotta take Banana Buddy.
Do I? I guess I don't want some of these big boys getting up on me here. Okay.
Throwstone, by the way, is a direct Final Fantasy Tactics reference. We have a new animation and thing. The current stone that you throw is temp, but I basically sent Miker the video of Final Fantasy Tactics stone being thrown, and so I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, no.
You and I talk about Final Fantasy Tactics almost on a daily basis. So.
Yep. Accumulate in the game when? That's what I'm wondering, but.
Yeah. Party Lizard says, I love this game and this dev team. The fact you're able to make a community about a game which currently will only be playable for 29 days is crazy. That says more about you than it says about us, I think. We really appreciate how everybody's been talking about our game, and honestly, it's made me extremely freaking excited to actually release this game, because we've seen this week what our community is like, and we're very excited to go on this journey with you all. Oh boy.
Hey, bananas don't happen to work on mosquitoes, do they?
No, they're flying.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, I thought I had Cannabut for a second, but I'll take the help.
Yeah, I guess in the swamp. It should work on Flora Crane, though.
Good.
Flora Crane hops around a lot.
I think it's made for Flora Crane. I'm trying to bait him onto these bananas. This Slowpoke seems real uninteresting.
If you go near Slowpoke, he gets upset.
I'm just gonna...
Oh, you're going all in.
Fistful of mortars, yeah.
Blast. I'll go for another one here. Ozone. To be honest, I was hesitant when I initially saw Rotwood's trailer, but after playing it, I'm sold that Klei will once again deliver quality. Thank you for always being awesome. Thank you for saying so. We fully plan to deliver quality. I think one of the things that's coolest to me about this game is that our team loves playing this game as well.
It's such a huge thing. I've worked on several games at this point, and I will say that the number of games that a development team itself is like staying late to play and actively geeking over in playtests with one another, like it doesn't happen all the time.
Luca will sometimes come over. Danny, the other sound designer, sits next to me, and Luca will come over and like geek about something that happened in the game. And the thing that always makes me laugh is that Luca will say like, "Oh, they added this thing where blah 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 blah." I'm like,
they.
Who's they?
The devs.
The devs added this thing. It's us.
The adults, yeah.
Rattling my bones. Will there be any scaling for multiplayer? Yeah, good question. Presently, I mentioned this last week. Our intention is to provide the same feeling that you have when you're playing single player. Ideally, we would like to present that same feeling as a baseline for when you're playing in multiplayer. We don't really want it to be like, oh, it's really, really easy in multiplayer, and so you have to play in multiplayer. Ideally, you'll enjoy the game the same amount. With the current tuning that we have in multiplayer, I know that's not live for you folks, but I think we're most of the way there. It's just a little bit more hectic in multiplayer because there's more stuff going on, but there's definitely scaling of
running
number of enemies.
Oh god.
Oh, you got no health in your
god.
slot. But these
Is this how it ends?
This is the situation I say if you're in that situation you made a mistake before.
Correct. And I know what it was. It was getting hit by the bubble with the cannon on stream.
Rage in a cage, more enemies in multiplayer. Yes, but it's not scaled like 1-to-1. For example, the amount of enemies you have in 2 players. In 4 players, you actually want less enemies that have more health, because with 4 people on screen plus 4 players worth of enemies, it gets a little bit hectic. So it's a little bit more complicated than just spawn more enemies or make enemies have more health. But yeah, we have high hopes, and one of the things we really do like doing is a lot of those late nights. Like there have been days where Sloth, the effects artist, and I just sit and play this game for 5 hours in multiplayer and go, okay, well, let's go home now. That was a day.
Yeah, I can't count the number of times I have bombed you in private messages late at night, like, dude.
Yes. I can always tell Luca's been playing when I receive a message, capitals, dude.
Just had a run.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a potion room, so I'm feeling like, the sins of that last room might be absolved here.
Eat those nanners, man. You're inoptimally using
How much time do we have? Okay. Yeah, that's true. I guess optimal banana usage now is get your HP back, because I don't want it for the next room.
You're going to be dealing 1,000 damage for sure. So.
I want to make sure I kind of compost them immediately. So get rid of them. Can't litter. Doc Hoggins is side-eyeing me from behind the glass.
What are you doing, man? Where's that compost bin?
Use the trash. Come on.
Mid-Loffies. Will the game come out in early access, or does this playtest count as an early access? No, we will be doing an early access release. This is not early access. This is just kind of us getting a sense.
God.
Yeah.
Remember when I used the 3 bananas last room, forgetting the mini boss was coming right up?
Yeah. Well, you have another banana.
I just earned one. When are we deleting Bullbug from the Floor Crane event, by the way? Can we do it like now? Or do we want to wait till after the playtest?
Bullbug by killing him.
Okay. We're not actually planning on doing that. That's a skill issue for me.
Real Dogger Melon says, do you know how much you're going to make the game when it comes out? No. We don't have any idea, or at least we personally don't have any idea of that. Ozoned also asks, are there any expansions or DLC planned for Rotwood? I mean, nothing planned, but we will think of that after we make the game. I don't mean that sounds like I'm being mocking, but
so it goes.
Certainly am not. Here, let me hop on. I'll play.
So it goes. I thought that might happen.
We'll do our best to make a good game that people want DLC for. And then we'll, the fact that you're already asking about DLC though it shows your
heartening
excitement for the game.
Yeah.
I gotta take my rings off to play.
Okay, so my brain is back online now. That was something. I remember the swamp when I could beat it. Let's see.
I don't know. It's been a while. Like, because our focus has been on these like meta systems, it's been a while since I've played Swamp.
Yeah, I mean, is there anything in like the swamp creature armor that would help you out? We happen to have a lot of reagents sitting in our stash right now.
I like you always call them reagents.
They're raw components, materials.
I think Bulbug Coat, when you kill an enemy with a focus hit, apply vulnerable to nearby enemies.
That sounds good.
But the thing is most things die anyway. Like mothballs are gonna die anyway pretty quickly. So
that's what I always feel like, and then I get swarmed. But
this fluorocrane coat, I think, is the. Do I have the stuff to do it?
How does it look? Is it fabulous?
I'm going all in. Oh, we got a lot.
Oh,
yeah, you cheated to get here,
right? Well, it was an augmented save. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Do you have any? I say you.
I put max health in it.
I want critical chance.
Look at this guy. Just glass cannoning all the way through the swamp.
Buddy.
Maybe that's how it needs to be done. I will grab a question here. I saw one before.
To someone who's not played the game, if you're watching right now, this is the gem system. Oh, sorry, you were just about to hop in.
No, it's okay. Explain the gems.
This is a gem system. As you're crafting weapons, different weapons will have different gem slots. There are a bunch of different types of gems. Right now, they're all stat-based, but one of the things that I've got a huge list of possible gems, like make your dodge faster, or add iframes to your dodge, or I don't know, double the effect of a different gem or something. Like, there's a lot of space to futz around.
Ooh,
with.
Can we get like linked materia slots?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like 2 gems where that one it doubles the other.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And so what you just experienced is, one of the things that happens on our game a lot, where someone will have it like, we love the game, and so when we have a cool idea, often we'll just sit around and be like, oh, I'd be so sick if blah, blah, blah. What if blah, 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 blah. And then it's 7 o'clock and we gotta go home. But
yeah,
that's a very common. I like this. I'm gonna upgrade because I'm a shotgun boy.
Okay.
I'll have you know.
I have hopes for you. I feel like
I don't have a hopes.
You've tangoed with the fluorocrane a little bit more.
Well, I didn't make the fluorocrane. That was Marcus and Kengo. So, oh well, here we go. I win.
There you go. There's
I also think taking
fluorocrane
run speed is really good against fluorocrane.
I think I would have taken run speed on the cannon if I'd seen it, but let's see. Ozoned also asks, do you feel that being behind the scenes of gaming, it takes away from the magic, or that you look at a game and realize you're breaking it down in your mind or anything?
Oh god.
Oh god. I don't. I think there is a little of that, but I think when there's something to learn from every game as a game developer for sure, but like we play things for pleasure all the time, and I think it's definitely possible for me to take my cap off, I would say.
Yeah.
Like if there are sounds that jump out to me or like an implementation that seems like really nice, I'll get curious and I'll think about it, but I definitely can still play as if I'm just in gamer mode.
Same. My appreciation often is enhanced because I'm like, oh wow, that's so smart. I'm actually gonna.
What I like is actually.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No. What I was gonna say, what I like is that I feel like I'm so able to do that with our game, and that's just because like I enjoy the raw mechanics of messing around in it. And so it's very easy for me to have runs where like I've only been thinking about how cool it is that I got these powers and have no actual notes for development.
Totally, yeah.
So that can be a problem. But no, I don't think it gets rid of the magic. You can bring it to it, but
Man,
you're doing okay. You knew you had one in the chamber. Let's see. Let's take one. Honey Laurel says, I just want to say I think this is one of the prettiest Klei games to date. I love the art in Rotwood. It is so well animated. Not of much constructive feedback. I've just been gushing about the visuals ever since I got to play it. Thank you. That is very sweet of you to say. We'll pass that along. I think the art and animation is fantastic too. And I know everybody will be stoked to hear that. That is constructive.
that is constructive.
Yeah.
What do you do here? Quick sidebar.
What do I do here?
Do you take snowball effect because there's like 800,000 mothballs? Or do you take this to clear out all the mothballs?
No, I'm not taking snowball effect with the cannon. I get hit all the
really?
time. Well,
I don't take snowball effect before fluorocrane because it's very likely.
yeah. I feel like I get hit so often with the cannon that I wouldn't, you know. And also, you have retaliation, so kind of like
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Kind of an anti-synergy. Yeah.
Nice,
Ooh.
dude. Of course. Ozone, the art, especially the backgrounds. Elaine, I hope you're watching. The art, especially the backgrounds, are gorgeously detailed and gives you a real sense of Rotwood. We have an extremely talented backgrounds environment artist, and she will be pleased to do that.
Okay, yeah. I saw one that was specifically for me from even last week, I think I wanted to look at real quick, because you'll have a lot to say on it too. I think it was last week, JetMike11 asked, could I speak towards the process of producing sounds for the weapons? And I think this is a cool topic.
Yeah,
so
I like that.
most of the hammer and the spear sounds that are in there right now, actually, Jamie did a while back when Rotwood was in its infancy. As you know, Jamie does everything. At one point that included audio. He's now kind of transcended, but... So...
Never mind, go ahead.
So...
You got a banana.
Yeah, you got a banana. So, when I came on, I pretty quickly got a feel for what he was trying to do with the approach to weapons, which is very evocative of, like, older hardware where the number of sounds that could play at one time was very kind of limited. And so there ends up being this sort of aesthetic of if you trigger a new sound, it cuts off a previous sound. And so everything can end up feeling kind of punchy. I also think that, like, there's not a ton of variation in the weapon sounds specifically because you're trying to create this consistent, like, feeling of a rhythm of, like, a boom, 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 boom over, and it's got kind of a cadence to it. And I could, like, tell that this was sort of a love letter to, like, a lot of 16-bit era titles that we like. You're a huge Street Fighter person. And so I think that the weapons are supposed to...
Oh, no, I forgot I don't have... Oh
my god, you just, like, that was... What are you talking about?
I meant to do that.
So, the weapons are really, like, they are the main interface I feel like the player has with the game. They're how the player is kind of, like, speaking in the game.
Yeah.
So they need to feel really, really good. I think my overarching philosophy is they need to feel great, which just means a lot of tuning around making them feel really responsive, like, and with the cannon shooting, like, different amounts of mortars and feeling like you can hear all of the individual shots and you could hear multiple explosions. Like, I want it to feel really responsive to what you're doing. And to cut through and always maybe feel like the most exciting thing going on because it's kind of the heartbeat. I think aesthetically, yeah, doing the weapons has been a bit of a challenge on this game just because, like, the style is sort of abstract and gamey in a way I've not worked in before.
Yeah.
Where a lot of the impacts are not necessarily real, but they just kind of sound like cool, cartoony punches. Like, we look to, I think, Super Smash Brothers a lot.
Totally.
For sound
thing
inspiration.
I often think about, like, both when thinking about sound and just general gameplay, is like, I want to make the best feeling Super Nintendo game you've ever played in your life.
Yeah. So that's it. And I would kind of put, like, power design up there amongst weapons. Like, I would almost want, I think powers need to feel even a little extra special. And so if you look at, like, the way the volumes of everything in our game are kind of interacting, powers and weapons get to kind of sit in this prime spot where they're generally claiming a lot of attention. And it's because you just want that dopamine hit. You pop a volatile weapon off on 15 mobs.
Oh.
You're going to feel good.
Walkie Talkie said, no, high ground plus banana combo was missed. You're absolutely right. I've been kind of just, like, enjoying listening to Luca talk, and I've been on autopilot a bit.
Okay.
I missed a combo. Drinking.
But yeah, it's a work in progress. I feel like as more weapons enter the game, and even the existing ones, like, tuning on them is sort of never done.
Yeah. I often tell these guys, like,
yeah,
never can, both in mechanics and sound and visuals, like, they're a living being. The same way, like, a Street Fighter character changes over years. Okay, I gotta stop. I'll be back.
This is the fight. Let me take something off Jamie.
Okay,
oh my gosh.
We in there.
So are the heal spores in this fight, they're planned, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's nice of you.
So are the ones in the Bandicoot fight.
Yeah.
Oof. Banana! Come over here. Yeah, you idiot.
This is how it's done. Did you get rid of the Bulldog already, too?
I killed it.
Oh my gosh.
I just ate a lot of mothball damage, though.
This is
and
why...
I have no ammo.
This is why you make the big bucks, quote unquote. Let's see.
Yeah,
Are you using? I'll take one more audio question. Since
go for it, buddy.
My brain's already there.
You've done a great job. Deserve to chat about it.
Caballera PvP asks, are you using an audio middleware for Rotwood like Fmod or Wise? So for people who don't know, audio middleware is like, if you're familiar with Unreal Engine being an engine that developers can quickly build games onto because it's like a platform with a lot of functionality already there. Caballera is talking about software that does that for audio, basically. And we happen to be using Fmod. Klei is mostly an Fmod studio.
Oh man,
we like it.
I got treated. One of my favorite things in this game is figuring out when to use the big stick.
Yep.
And oh gosh, I have to see with a cannon you kind of just have to do it because it's your dodge.
Is that it's a Teddy Roosevelt reference? Is that who we can attribute that quote to, by the way?
Yeah.
I feel like.
I don't know. We'd have to ask Chris. I think she wrote that.
So like, you were in the speaking softly part of the clearing, and then
now you're carrying the big stick.
You were. Now you have none, so you better just see how it goes. But you got this handled.
Oh god.
Let's take another one here. Ozoned also asks, Klei, Jamie, any plans for testing it works on Steam Deck?
I play it on Steam Deck. Mostly.
I hope it's working on Steam Deck.
Yeah.
It has been for me.
There's definitely some performance issues in some parts, particularly the Mother Treek. Oh! This I'll take stage fall.
Yeah, we love the Steam Deck here. If you notice, there's an option in the audio menu for my attempt at kind of trying to tune playing on the Steam Deck speakers, which are a little
oh no, this
high.
room.
This room is going to be rough.
No.
I play it on all the time, and I know that like everybody on the dev team pretty regularly gives it a go on the Steam Deck, so I feel like we're going to be tracking performance on that pretty naturally as we go, just because
we want to be able to play it.
I want to be able to play it on the Steam. Yeah, I was playing it on the bus going on vacation a couple weeks ago and trying to use bus Wi-Fi to report bugs.
Oh yeah.
I mapped a back paddle to F8 and I was like, I'm gonna type it out.
I should say we're talking a lot about using it, but it is worth saying we don't officially support Steam Deck presently. But
is that okay? That's a disclaimer we have to say.
Well, yeah, we're not like what's the thing? The
sponsored by.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're not sponsored certainly, but the. What's it called?
Verified?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we don't have the icon yet.
We don't have that, but
yeah.
So, you know.
That's the goal.
I probably should have got a potion here, but I'm saving Conjure in case I get an upgrade.
Okay.
Darklord verified on deck, yes.
Verified on deck.
Get out of here, you rascals.
I
don't like the position I'm in.
Let's see, grab another one. Rattling my bones. Did Cult of the Lamb influence anything about the game, or is it just a case of working on similar things at a similar time?
When Cult of the Lamb's trailer came out, we were like, oh no. Because it looked so good. And we were already in development, and we were like, oh, this is a disaster.
We were a little crestfallen. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's our thing.
They're doing a very good game. But yeah, it came out. We played it, and we went, okay, yeah, like we see the differences in what they're doing and what are doing. Their combat is a lot more accessible than ours, which is to say that ours can be a little challenging. Yeah, we enjoyed Cult of the Lamb, and we were very nervous when they announced, but I think we each have space.
Anything influence it about it? I will say, as a designer, and especially speaking to Danny as well, right now, there was recently an issue right before we launched the build with NPC speech being offline, but I felt like the voice treatments of all the villagers in Cult of the Lamb were just so cute and so charming, and just such interesting fakey.
Yeah.
So I think we're always paying attention to like interesting, charming, cute sort of things we can get away with our art style. So I would say some inspo from there.
Dude, I haven't even been eating bananas.
And we'll see.
Am I gaming if I'm not eating a banana?
If one games inefficiently, is it even gaming anymore?
Am I simply lying to myself regarding the quality of my gaming?
Do you normally just mortar the ground?
I was nervous about no banana.
Yeah, that ground scorched.
Oh, I should. Oh, shoot.
Your run is going quite well.
Well, we're coming up against old the Koopman Bandy.
I guess you are. I feel like just the cannon and the jam ball. I mean, most things, once you get an electricity power, like the world opens up to you.
Yeah.
And especially in this, where there's so much chattel.
Chattel.
Yeah, these things.
Chattel.
That might be my like incorrect word for the week. Digital Eric 21. I sent one report. Is it intended to teleport the first boss the tree with the dodge skill?
Yeah. Yes.
It's intended.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah. So hold on. This may be a complicated question to answer.
For my part, I love seeing every single bug report where Megatreemon is somewhere else in the
Yeah.
room. It just never gets old for me.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I had a complicated Ford state that I feel. I just came out as a Magic the Gathering player. Yeah. So it's a complicated answer. In short, yes, it is intended that you can teleport Mother Tree. There are a couple edge cases, like when we first launched, there was the bug where you could put two portals on top of each other, and it teleported them into like an otherworldly zone where you could never interact with them.
Yeah, the Dormammu I've come to bargain
Yes.
scenario. Yeah.
That was not intentional, but again, I'll say what I said earlier was, in our game, we do a lot of things where we say, when you X, do Y, and often that results in weird things happening, and I've kind of taken the stance that, like, weirdness is a flavor of our game, and if weird things happen, as long as it's fun, sick.
I don't think I've ever teleported Megatreemon. So what happens with the collision up there once she is?
That's the
somewhere
one
else?
edge case.
Okay, that's the issue.
Yes, but her behavior still works fine. Her attack still works fine for the most part. Oh, we're saying Megatreemon. That's the code name for Mother Treek. We gotta one day show a picture of what Mother Treek used to look like.
I see. I'm not even sure I know, but yes, we're talking about the end boss of the forest.
Yeah.
The starting forest. Okay.
I think that I take upgraded Stage Fall here rather than a potion. Hornet says, I loved placing two portals on each other to make a prison for enemies. I understand why it was fixed. Yeah. It just was a little bit too... There's a level of jank that I'm comfortable with, but that, I think, crossed the line. Rattling My Bones concept art. One day we'll show off how the Mother Tree fight looked when we first implemented it. She was absolutely tiny. Like, she was probably the size of Alki here. And it was, and then Jamie Cheng came by and he was like, you should make that boss bigger. And we were like, nah, I don't know, man.
Why not?
And then we did, and we were like, oh.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, thanks, Hardy Lizard, for asking the question. Yeah, we needed to clear that up. Sometimes you end up referring to like weird code names in development, and you never lose the lingo. But
I'm nervous. Hey guys, do you have any plans on adding different or other skills for the weapons? Absolutely, 100%. That's a part of the game that's really, really... Okay, I gotta stop chatting. I apologize. Really easy to expand that part of the game. I'm not gonna beat Bandicoot. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, not with that attitude.
Okay, yeah, fair. Believe in yourself. I'm just too... playing on stream is a whole other...
Yeah, I'm a bit transfixed. I need to force myself to look at chat as well. Parry is too overpowered, by the way.
Coward.
You sound like someone with the reflexes.
You're a youth, I imagine.
Yeah, I'm not sure everyone has that experience, but yeah, no, used correctly, parry is very strong. I think there's a reason why you moved it to be on the Bandicoot tier weapons. Yeah. It used to be available as a skill.
You got it randomly.
And gosh, it's so good with the cannon.
Yeah. You were... Oh no. Oh, I got it.
I was a big parry cannon fan.
You were an early parry cannon
proponent. Sure. Yeah, an innovator of violence in the field.
A Matthew Perry, if you will. Thank you.
Let's see. Does Rotwood mirror the original expectations, or does it start out one way and win a completely new and surprising way for fun?
Yeah, good question. Yeah, it's a good question.
Meanwhile, there are like 25 pillars on screen.
Okay, there we go. I actually should take the Homer Simpson so that I could clear all these pillars.
The Homer Simpson?
Oh, that's what we call when he rides the thing.
Oh.
That's Kengo's name for that.
Right, when he rides it down.
When Homer's riding the ball.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to accept the Homer Simpson.
It's okay.
Yeah, that's a really good question about, like, have things changed? I think the game that Rotwood needs to be has been pretty apparent to a lot of us for quite some time, and often our job is to just do the thing that it's asking us to do. I don't know if that makes sense or if that's like a metaphysical statement, but
Assuredly, it's changed over its time of development, right? Yeah. But for a while, I feel like the direction has been pretty straightforward with just needing to kind of test theories on certain things. Yeah. But I think we feel really good about where the gameplay is at and some of those founding principles.
Not doing damage here. Oh, I forgot about Quick Rise!
That's okay. You got plenty of time to Quick Rise all of your health back.
Oh, no.
Banana Quick Rise is what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that even. I'm never streaming again. What have I been doing?
Says the person midway through Bandicoot. You're doing so good.
Wow.
You're doing so good. Can we get like a show of support for Jamie in chat here? This is it is not simple for him to do what he's doing here.
I admire streamers to a horrifying amount.
Hardy Lizard, I find it cool how the music, at least in the Mother Treat fight, changes depending on what's happening, like small strings playing when the roots pop up. Yes, those little stingers, that was a fun little thing to implement. I think that I'm really impressed with the level of like orchestration and detail that went into that fight. Kind of the gold standard. Emmett has done some Emmett's our composer.
We are very lucky to have
Yeah,
Emmett.
He's done some amazing and like fast
this
project too. You're fine.
I fumbled. Oh, look at that bug.
Ooh.
Ah, yeah, I saw
Standing
somebody
inside
post
a
about
ghostly circle.
What was that hit? Oh, he did his rage. Oh,
Halfway
God.
through.
Should I eat a food? A snack? I had one.
Yeah, you should just be quick rising, bananaing at every moment.
Okay.
You can, right?
Walk up and down. Walk up and down. Let's go.
God, I forgot how nightmarish this portion of the fight gets. Oof. I don't want to fight Bandicoot before bed. Those pink eyes are... let's check something out here.
Okay.
Who came up with the name? I don't know.
I think it may have been Jamie.
Maybe Jamie.
Yeah.
Was it ChatGPT? No.
No.
Okay.
That was pre-Chat GPT. Yeah, I think it was Jamie. There was a period where we had a whole bunch of different names that we were all jazzing about. But I think this Rotwood is...
Nice.
Dude, I am going to die. Okay, I just needed one. Oh, frick.
Oh my god, retaliation. Oh, buddy.
Eat the banana!
That's a spicy quick rise right there.
Eat the banana!
You have a green heal spore up there too.
Oh, thank you.
And you still have one more.
I'm not even paying attention to killing Bandicoot at this point. I'm just hanging out.
You just need to... No, retaliation is doing work in this fight. Oh, lordy. I almost don't want to be talking over the, like, finale of this fight here.
I didn't really realize. Okay.
Okay.
What? What? He's gonna dodge and then I'm gonna get some charge out.
It is interesting how much of playing the cannon, I mean, it's obviously about positioning, but it means I spend so much time just walking around and trying to get into the perfect spot.
Yeah,
because, like,
patience is
you really have to know your limitations with it.
And I'm always going, okay, I got it. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. I think it's like
No.
Oh. Okay. Thank you, brother.
Unbelievable. There it is. Bandicoot confirmed beatable. Nah, just kidding. There were people probably doing it on day one.
Oh, man.
Here
you go. Take that away there, brother.
What am I supposed to do after that?
To go play some ball. Okay. Last week I played the striker.
Oh, yeah. I could go back to the striker. How did he heal a perk or some mechanic? You had stage fall, which is if you quick rise, which is tap, like dodge at the right moment when you hit the ground, you recover some health. And you were cycling that with your banana skill. You were self-slipping.
That's a very good example. I've said it a couple times. When you X, do Y. So the first piece of that combo was when you quick rise, heal 100. And then I had a different thing, which was when I press skill, drop a banana that causes a knockdown. So I was eating a banana, slipping on it, so I fell down, and then quick rising to get health. Which people, our feedback channel is full of people saying, this is a bug. And I think in a lot of games it would be, but in our game, that is, please break our game.
New purpose. Sorry, I'm still
No,
looking
no,
at some
no,
of these. I mean, we've got the Bandicoot cap now.
Hornet says, Striker is my favorite weapon right off the bat, so good. Thank you for saying so. There was a period of time where I think I was the only one on the dev team that liked the Striker, because it's...
That's not true.
No, that's not true.
I've been a fan since day one, okay?
Yes, you have been a huge... Honestly, if you didn't like the Striker as much as you did, the Striker may not exist in the game.
We were early on, I was just messing with it and playing with it every day. God, it went through so many gameplay changes. There are all sorts of moves in the kit from the Striker that just disappeared. I feel like.
Yeah?
There were a lot of experiments. Well, originally you used to be able to lob it, for one.
Oh, yeah. Just heavy attack.
Why don't you talk about the evolution of the Striker in terms of, like...
Sure, yeah. I will say, before I do, Tarunia, will Striker out of bounds be looked into? Yes, absolutely. That bug is a... It's funny because as soon as you launch... We play the game a lot. There's about 15 of us that play the game a lot. We press the launch button and suddenly we're like, oh, how did that happen?
I know.
So there's something. But yes, absolutely. It's pretty frustrating. I'm sad that that's live right now, but I just haven't had time to look into it. The Striker began. There was no punch. Light attack was throw and heavy attack was lob, which lob was kind of this like whoosh, and it went right into the rebounding stage. So you would use lob, basically in this case, you would use lob to hit the elite bunion across the way, and then it kind of lacked a lot of the dynamics that some of the other weapons have. So, and there were a couple YouTube clips of various soccer anime that were going around, and Danu was like, oh, we should make it like this. So we started adding these, and can you do the bicycle kick?
Of course, yeah. Can I do the bicycle kick?
That thing, we added that thing in, and it started kind of being a bit more exciting. The timing that you hit that changes the angle that you
yeah, you'll see me, but if I miss any combos, by the way, it's only because I'm used to the timings before, the devs changed it, obviously. I had my routine down.
That was 8 months ago.
I know.
But you played it a lot.
I labbed that combo of the throw hit, because the...
Oh, yeah.
Remember, and then you had just enough time to get back out of range, and it was this.
Yes.
Well, you can still kind of do it. That's a good little combo.
Any of the punches can be canceled if you play fighting games. You know about canceling an attack. Any of the punches can be canceled into anything if you connect with it. So
this weapon is so cool.
It's a lot of
oh my gosh,
a lot of combo potential. Let's see here. Kane Morgan. Hey Kane, I've seen you post quite a bit. You've probably played Hades, yes, an embarrassing amount. Will you consider letting players rig the RNG of powers they want to get in a run in their favor in a similar way Hades does with keepsakes in between areas? Yes, I think that's almost certainly in the cards. There's also stuff around when you unlock powers right now. It's a little bit disconnected from the player experience. You are told, hey, you unlocked a power, and then it's like, okay, what do I do with that? So there's some ideas brewing around how we can let players influence that. But yeah, the thing too, I think, is that I didn't play Hades in early access. I think in the grand scheme, our game's still pretty early.
Mm-hmm.
So stuff like that is, I think of, never mind, I won't go into this whole analogy, but that's kind of like a later on deal, I think. We'll get the foundation, and then we'll start building off of that foundation, if that makes sense. Thanks, King. Badarokis. What I liked about the game is that it is totally skill-based rather than depending on the upgrades themselves. Yeah, there's definitely a sliding scale where you could have a game that's pure skill-based, like a fighting game, for example. You could have a game that's
I love that.
Pure... Oh, when the Rillo hit the thingy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we're definitely walking kind of a fine line between if a game is too skill-based and you can never progress outside of skill, I don't think that's great because that uninvites a lot of people from playing the game. So I too love games that are skill-based. But I want to bring as many people along for the ride as we can.
We got another striker question just now.
Okay.
A contentious one, maybe. I mean, not, you know.
Speaking of strikers, in my malicious 233. Speaking of strikers, in my testing, it lacks AoE and piercing, so it is very difficult to handle groups of enemies, especially the mothball spawners. Has it been considered to make the headbutt make the ball piercing, or the bicycle kick make the ball have a small AoE? Because right now, all hits just send it back the same way. I think that's really cool. I hadn't considered making the bicycle kick do AoE, but that's pretty dope. There was a period of time where any focus hit from a punch was striking, or was piercing rather, but it just became a little bit difficult to use.
Did I experience that?
Possibly.
God, I want to do that. And it would just go straight through them, like bowling pin style. Just ooh.
There was also a power that made them piercing. I think that I ultimately just backed it out because I wanted more time to make a decision. But one of the things I don't like about the striker right now is there's not really any reason between throwing a ball, punching a ball, kicking a ball, and tackling a ball. There's not really any tactical decision. And that's kind of because I think with the ball you have a lot of things to think about. I think you just got the... Yeah, you did. If it's when you hit it, I've seen now, when you hit the ball as it's out of bounds.
It's okay. Just, you know, temporary playing.
Just melee.
Hang one down. It's fine.
When you're playing the striker, you have a lot of externalities to keep your mind on. And I wanted to avoid giving you too much internal stuff to track in addition to that. So I wanted to kind of put all of the thinking outside into just simple positioning and stuff like that. Now that said, that could very easily be a perk that you upgrade or something like that. That's cool. I like that idea.
Yeah, I definitely remember experiencing that the shot put wanted, not the shot put, sorry, another dev name, wanted like the lightning fabled power upgrades so much. Yes. And I was having a really hard time in the swamp with the shot put for a while because...
Yeah, it's definitely hard.
A lot of swarms in there, yeah.
Doug Sluggins, are there going to be any more playtests? I applied on Steam and never heard back. That's worrying. As far as I know, anybody that applies right now should be able to play. So maybe make a post on the forum or something. But you should have access. We're not doing anything to lock people out right now. We don't have anything to say right now about more playtests. Is that true? It's likely we will do more playtests, is what I will say.